Hey guys, Tbull here. Today we're checking out the Stalingrad. That's right, we got the Stalingrad finally. 2 million green XP to get the ship unlocked. We ground it out. There it is in the port. And note the armor, 32 millimeter plating. So we can get into some interesting brawls and close quarter duels with this one. In fact, I think we got a bull bite up earlier this morning. 1v1 or at least 1v2 against an Alaska, but we're dueling them. Trying to knock out his gun. So you can check that out. If you don't know what Bull Bites is, it's my short clips channel. The link to that should be in the description of this video. So if you haven't checked that one out yet, go ahead and consider subscribing. Anyways, here we got a couple of games. I think I played 9 games tonight in this thing, went 7-2, so it's working. It's been pretty good. The main drawback with the Stalingrad, of course, is the legendary tier. Have you ever played a legendary tier game? Good chunk of your team's going to be in the bathroom the whole time cleaning up after they soil themselves, after the sheer terror it is of loading into these games. So you're going to be finding yourself on your own. Now that can be a problem. Stalingrad, great 1v1. In fact, one of the best 1v1 ships that we got in the game here. But once you start getting slammed, especially from different angles, well, this ship doesn't take getting shot in the side very well, and it doesn't take getting ganged up very well either. So if you get 2 or 3 Minotaurs piling on you, you get some shots from across the map, all of a sudden your game can end pretty quickly. Moving in here, we got a Minotaur closing in on the B cap here, chasing the destroyer. Now we know how dangerous Minotaur is against the destroyer. We're moving in, coming over here. I thought this was a good position to play over here. If they came out to the east side, we could just park nose in, duel them. Whatever, if they go into the cap like the Minotaurs attempted to do here, well, maybe we get the flanking shots. He's recognizing we're in trouble. I hit the radar instinctively, just thinking it's the sonar. We don't need to use the radar here. No sonar and no torpedoes in this thing. So there are limiting factors. And by the way, no HE either. But what we do got, dangerous guns. These guns are nasty. We're going to see it throughout these videos. We're going to see some nasty shots. Minotaur trying to angle. Okay, now we do have Dimitri Dewey on this, makes that a little bit harder of a proposition for him. But you know, he's gonna have a hard time angling against these guns, anyways. Alaska, we're gonna see if we can get some shots on him. We want to move into this cap. We'll see if we can get some shots while we're doing it. But what I'm trying to do is get close to this island. We got the 2 battleships last seen directly south of us, and they got 2 options. They can either kind of play through the south, or they can come around towards me and play out the east. So I want to be accounting for both those. I don't want to be right next to either of those entrances, just so I don't get surprised, especially the one to my rear here. If they both come around rapidly and I'm capturing the cap or fighting these guys across range, that could be an uncomfortable situation. So trying to get on the cap here, keep ourselves protected, figure out what's going on here. I'm hoping this dude to the north of me, who's kind of sitting behind the island, hoping he would just move forward a foot or two, just to see what's going on, spot it. Getting a little bit of intelligence here, and this would have been a good time to have the radar, by the way. If we would have accidentally popped it early, we could have used it now to determine, are these guys pushing, are they sitting, what do we want to do? So I'm trying to get a little bit of space here, potentially zoom off to the north as well, but we're trying to angle against, you know, multiple possibilities, again, the south or the east. So I'm trying to kind of point in between there, and we can quickly adjust. So taking our time, no rush here. Okay, now we got some information. I'm not sure who's spotting those. Maybe the destroyer. Looks like north of B. I don't know where he went. He's not in the mood to capture the base, I guess. But he's going back into our spawn. Okay, well, I think he's probably the one spotting the battleships at least. So we get a little bit of info. We're going to try and increase the distance here. Like to get some shots on the Alaska. Like to angle against these guys as well. But they kind of drop anchor. And I don't know what they're doing exactly. I think maybe they're trying to shoot to the battleships to the north or whatever, I guess, looking on the map now. But when I was playing it, I was a little confused. Why don't they want to push me? They want to push into the cap here, knock me out again. We don't have torpedoes. Dangerous ship. Yeah, Stalingrad, you do need to be wary of this thing. But I think they have the option to potentially at least be a little bit more aggressive. So until they come around, until they start to fight us, we're going to continue to take shots on the Alaska. Of course, we got access to the broadside. And we can see, you know, at the ranges that we're firing here, the guns get a little wonky. Now we have, on this build, we got the T-Kana guy, the Be Delightful. And one of his slot 4 perk greatly increases the accuracy. All right, so if you're going to use the normal Russian cruiser commanders, you're going to see some crazy shots coming off this thing once in a while. Try and spec for accuracy as much as you can if you can improve the dispersion or the grouping, whatever it is. Because the longer the range the shots, the harder you're going to have, harder time you're going to have hitting anything. The commander does help with this. It's kind of a commander designed for this and the Riga and potentially similar type ships that are coming later, maybe in legendary tier or whatever. But, it is what it is. But when we get close range, like we're going to demonstrate on this Musashi here, this is where, okay, accuracy or not, you're still going to be extremely dangerous. Now, these guns long range can get good citadel action. Close range, look out. Okay, we're going to be aiming under that turret for the Musashi. And we don't quite blow them up. We just shy of 50k there. Sure, we took a nasty shot on our own, or in return. I'm trying to pull forward here now before this other battleship can come and finish this off. But it just demonstrating the full power of this fully armed and operational battle station. We've got to be aware that the Stalingrad does have that Joe Frazier left hook punching power. Okay, so I can knock you out at any point in time. Got to be respectful of it. And just be aware that if it's close range, it's not going to be shooting HE, but what it will be doing is shooting these nasty shots that have potential to put you in the grave. All right, so trying to increase the distance here, hoping that the guy... whatever that other battleship was keeps coming around. I'm hoping he comes around broadside. Maybe we can get one more vicious strike here. That would be glorious. We're probably not going to be alive for too much longer. We got two close range battleships that are intent on finishing us off here. Going to hit the island. I'm perfectly fine with that. Looking on the diagram where we've achieved the perfect angle right on the bottom. Azumo, here he is. He's coming around. He's angled. He's not cooperating. Well, that's unfortunate. So we're going to aim up here to see if we can get any damage. They all skip right off the bow. So a lot of ships will have lighter armor higher up. Didn't know the Azumo off the top of my head, but apparently not. He's got plenty of armor there. So anyway, not a bad little sequence there. This one, Islands of Ice, another pretty decent look at what the Stalingrad's capabilities are. Now we got one destroyer per side here. Ours is in the middle. I'm going to play on the right-hand side of this island because we're going to want to be using islands kind of in a similar manner that we would with battleships. A lot of times with a battleship, if you can get an island protecting one of your flanks, your left side, your right side, those are your main weaknesses in any ship, frankly, but especially in battleships. And the same thing with the Stalingrad, same thing with the Riga. You catch those ships in the side, boom, they die. Okay, same thing like the Lenin, the Vlad, all those, the Peter, all those battleships up the Russian line. It's just all about not getting shot in the side. Same thing here. So we're going to park right next to the island. And, okay, now we largely will have our left flank protected as long as we're keeping an eye on our position, not creeping too far forward. And our right flank inherently is going to be protected because there should be nobody over there, all right? Maybe there'll be a goofball destroyer that'll make his way over to the far edge of the map, or maybe over time a battleship, cruiser could get over there, but not, before we can react to the situation. Alaska, holy God, he's taking a lot of shots here. We got just minor damage ourselves, but the team piling on. Someone got him with a wicked shot earlier. And look at this. I'm just going to wait until our reloads is up and run. Or actually, we're going to finish off the Alaska. Because I was going to see, all right, can my team finish them off? We don't want the Alaska shooting, right? We don't want to get that ship off the board as quick as possible. Every time he fires, it's a potential major problem. All right, so we kind of, quote-unquote, wasted a salvo. I wanted the team to kill him, but whatever. Now we're going to wait for the reload. When it's about up, pop the radar here, hoping the whole team targets a Minotaur. Every single time you see a Minotaur spotted, you want to shoot at it. Okay, we take half his health there, 2 hits to the Citadel, 4 hits overall, that's fine. He gets away, though, and he squirts out of the radar range. We're a drop spot, so I'm fine with that. Main, what's this? I'm going to try and shoot water. Well, actually, we got a shot at the gearing. Might as well take the shot at the gearing, right? The broadside main, tempting, yes, and we do have the potential to damage him, but, oh, God, no hits on the gearing. Looks like his engine was knocked, and we didn't notice until the shot was in the air. So anyway, you still want to shoot the gearing in that situation. And the beauty of these Russian cruisers, Stalingrad, Riga, they have these rail guns that get down range very quickly. You can see the flat trajectories on these shells. Easy to hit stuff. Alright, now we hit them there. We only got 2 shots. Alright, one of them was shattered. One of them didn't do anything else either. So, main a little bit heavily armored right at the waterline. I guess we're going to try and aim up a little bit more. See if we can hit them here. Fire the guns. Looks like it was a cleared shot. And that should be a kill then, I would think. Minotaur, he's playing with fire. Once again, we drop spot here. Bounce off this dude. That's fine. I'm thinking, alright, let's just charge full bore in here. My main goal is to get in this island chain. You can see the island chain maybe a square to my left on the map there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 islands. I want to nestle in between one of those and provide a crossfire threat to red. Because they need to start moving into the bases, start capturing bases. Because we're starting to gain the ship advantage. And they need to get some scoring going here. So, that's the idea. Minotaur, if he wants to fight me, we'll go ahead and try and kill him. But I'm not going to chase him off into Timbuktu. Gearing, we want another shot at him. Missed the shot earlier. Boom, we got him there. Got a little bit of a reset on him. Not too bad. Whole team needs to get him off. Of course, 1 destroyer per team. Boom, down he goes. Excellent. Okay, so now if I can post up on that island chain that I was talking about, number 1 will be covering, you know, at least the second ring of the epicenter. So, you know, we got some scoring inherent from that position as well. But like I said, also a crossfire threat, because we got ships spread out all over the map. Battleship, that would be maybe 2 squares south of me. If he stayed put, they're moving forward. We got another battleship swinging all the way to the east, I think. Is that a battleship or cruiser? Can't tell in the replay. Got a battleship to the south, 1 to the southwest. So, I mean, we got good spread here. We're not all clumped up with our knees clacking together. But I'm just trying to get as far forward as I comfortably can. Have some island cover to, once again, protect off flank. And we want to do that whenever possible. And then we just want to start bombing on these guys. So we got 2 kills so far. I think we'll add a couple more here in the next minute or two. I'm being very aggressive. And it's an enjoyable ship to play. Once I figured out the Riga, once I figured out the Stalingrad again, I think these are some of the more enjoyable ships. So, Yamato, look at this. We got a broadside coming up. Look at these guns looking for us. So, yeah, well, too late there. Couldn't tell if they were pointed away or towards us. But we blast them there, and pretty decent shot. You know, up until then, we've just been getting a little bit of damage here and there. Minotaur, here's the one. Well, we got 2 options of the Minotaurs. There's the one we shot earlier. The one who's been taking some shots at me. I'd like to shoot him, but this one's slowing down. He's also angling a little bit, which is going to make our shots real juicy if we can hit him. Not too bad. We got a pretty decent whack on him there. And, well, we should probably be thinking about the radar. There it goes right there. 11.7 on this, short duration. I think it's 15 seconds on these Soviet radars. But that's enough to usually get at least 1 shot. So, longer range, yes. Ooh, and 3 citadels there. Nasty shot. On that Minotaur, we're going to go ahead and swing the back gun. Taking a lot of damage, so we're probably going to go down. But if we can get that guy off at least, that'll be making it worth it. So that's going to do it for us. We're going to die here in a moment. That's a look at the Stalingrad for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the thumbs up, new to the channel. Consider subscribing. Lots of World of Warships coming all the time. Cool.